Hey guys, today's Friday. Actually, I was not expecting that I would trade today, but yeah, once again, really good volatility today. And yeah, just decided to trade, and actually, to this week is actually my best week I had so far in trading. So 5 days, 5 winning days. I traded 5 days basically in a row, and I never basically, I think I never, yeah, was winning on all those 5 days of the week because you cannot expect even that you have, yeah, 5 high quality days. But yeah, definitely this week was really good. Finally seeing some potential as well to the downside, not only trading always without a retracement or something like that, only to the upside. So yeah, really quite good conditions, high volatility. That's what we want to see. We had also really high impact news this week. So I think on 4 or 3 days we had high impact news. I don't really know quite now. But yeah, that's the business of today. So I was trading a lot today, that's right. But I was really feeling very confident today. So I had really a good read for price action today. I think it's a bit interesting or a bit annoying that we once again basically fell or fall, no, how you call it, fell short of the external assessed liquidity right there. I mean, on the hourly chart, perfect, equal lows. I don't know, we are in expansion conditions. To stop right there, to me, it's really unfinished business. But as you all also see as well, that Asia, London, and New York Open Kill Zone basically traded lower. Therefore, we can also expect that AM is going to retrace higher. A 9:30 opening opened up and traded lower. So therefore, yeah, we can expect that right here. This is our low of the day, or for the session. We don't really know. But that AM is definitely going to retrace, trying to sweep session liquidity, and that's what we did right there. Perfectly close right there at the high of the yeah, move to the upside basically at the upper quadrant level of our today's new opening range gap. But before we talk about this, I want to talk about, yeah, daily conditions. So that's wrong right there. So what we have is, yeah, we are still trading at all-time highs, as you can see right there. Really just aggressive expansion. Yeah, we still have to expect higher prices, but if we have such an aggressive down close candle and we are basically trading in a really strong bearish trend, then we cannot expect higher prices. Then I want to more look for shorts than I want to look for longs, or kind of a more, yeah, I don't know, more cautious approach if we want to buy those prices, because in that case the trend is lower. Also, how we traded at Tuesday and Wednesday, we were also in really good bearish conditions, also on Wednesday. But yeah, you have to go back a few videos to look that up. So let's talk about today's conditions. So as I already explained, yeah, really traded lower. So that's right here is our new open range gap. I will show you in a second. And that's the daily quadrants. We had also equal lows down there I was interested in. So let's drop back to a 1 minute chart. What I was looking at is basically, so basically with 9:30 opening up right there, we just have high resistance lower. So we cannot anticipate in anything in here. That's just chasing price lower. Therefore, we saw this aggressive, yeah, retracement higher after sweeping New Open Kill Zone says liquidity. Still, what I have in mind is basically the equal hourlies or daily lows. No, not daily, um, but also in the 4 hour. So that's definitely says liquidity I want you to, yeah, approach in that case if we're in trending bearish conditions. But in that case, yeah, we scrapped New Open Kill Zone says liquidity, trade into also CE of our daily order block, and from then traded higher. Still, actually, I shorted right there. I wanted to see that we go and basically re-sweep the low down there. And what also kind of pushed me into a bearish bias was the huge 5 minute wick right there. So that's really inefficient. To me, that's unfinished business. I want to see a body close at the says liquidity. So we got this basically right there. But yeah, in that case, maybe a bit too rushed the short, I have to admit, because we did not see any smart money reversal in here. No S&T and no assess liquidity sweep. Still, to me, the narrative was clear. In that case, I was also expecting that we're going to expand even beyond basically the assessed liquidity right there. Still, we trade higher. I was aware, okay, we need to see some damage to the buy side. Entered long as well. After I got stopped, took my first partial, perfect, right there at the 930 opening price. Why at the 930 opening price? Why is this so important? Because with that we trade into our new open range gap. That's what you can see right there basically, and that's really important. And we have also the upper quadrant level of our daily order block. Therefore, this level right there, the 930 opening price, is really sensitive. Took my first partial right in advance of it, and you see we failed to take out AM session liquidity. We tried lower. I got stopped right there. To me, I know basically now, okay, I want to see that we are now going to trade lower. Try to once again follow our bearish bias. We did damage to the buy side. We traded above this high right there, above the high right there, above the high right there, trade into the 930 opening price, and therefore I went short right there. I took my first partial right there. Today we had really high volatility, so I was not really aiming for a too aggressive expansion. In that case right there, the first partial was also reasonable, or you cannot see it right there, but I was aiming for CE of our inefficient wick. So unfortunately we opened up, wicked lower, and therefore I closed because I knew, okay, if we basically fell short of it, really difficult word to remember, then we have to take a partial. It got stopped right there, because once I take a partial I go break even. I really like that. I want you to do this basically again, so that's my approach, and that's the trade I'm not really content with. I think going short right there again. Wanted to see that we're going to expand lower, kind of trading against regular trading hours, because as you know, upper quadrant level is up here, because in that case I was kind of expecting that we have a only down day, so that's how I call this. Sometimes there are really rare conditions where we completely disrespect our new open range gap. We only trade barely into the 930 opening price, so only barely basically into our opening of our new open range gap, and from there on just trade lower or higher to the upside. I think in my experience it's more common that we have only up days where we basically fail to trade even back to the upper quadrant level. So that's something like here. You can see new open range gap, 166 handles, and from there on only traded higher. So that's what I describe as only up day. And that was something I was expecting for today to the downside basically. Still, because basically our sessions before were aggressively trading lower, I think it's reasonable to expect that we trade back to the upper quadrant level. But yeah, I really wanted to see that we sweep the hourly lows right there. So to me, that's just too perfect. I mean, that's such a strong liquidity pool right there. I don't really know, but yeah, really definitely fall short of that. Fell or fall, I don't know. But yeah, got stopped right there once again. Kind of being break even here. I was really feeling confident. So definitely a bit too many trades. So I think until today I was trading really less. So a really low trade frequency. So only like 1 or 2 trades a day. Today was definitely not the case for that. But also because we have high resistance, and I know, or because also we have such a high volatility, I like to participate on such days where we have just really nice expansion, either to the downside or to the upside. And in that case, getting stopped once or twice, if my narrative is still basically in play, or if we kind of invalidate a setup that we are going to trade lower right there. If we fail to trade below this low right there, if we fail to close below CE of the wick, then I know we are going to trade higher. Then I know this low right here is basically the low of the session. AM is going to retrace. So therefore it's reasonable for me, for my approach, to re-enter in here. I think trading is really unique in that case, that you really have that there are so many different approaches out there, trading strategies, how you can be profitable. But at the end of the day, it's really something you have to kind of like learn with experience, and also just backtest and trade forward a lot. And you have to really, I think it comes down to experience. But so I think that there are many approaches out there how you can, or which are profitable. And I think So therefore, if you completely do not understand why I took so many trades, I think that's completely valid. Taking only one trade a day is probably even better, in my opinion. But yeah, to me, it still makes sense if basically the chart tells me that we are not going lower, that I still can go long, even if I took maybe 3 trades before. That's just how it is. If I did not lose too much before, then that's possible that I can still trade. But as you know, yeah, that's definitely something you have to figure out for your own or on your own. Went long right here. Had my stop a bit tight, I have to admit, below the 830 opening price, but in that case, I had it first below the inverted gap, consequent erosion right there, then trailed it up after I saw this down close candle, up close candle. But this is the wick we have to be aware of. So that's manipulation. That's aggressive wick into the breakaway gap right there. That's what we have to be aware of. Unfortunately, we did not get stopped by that. But yeah, in that case, I was a bit too quick with trailing my stop. Took my first partial right there. Why? Because just once again, the 930 opening price is really a sensitive price point. And then, sorry guys, just was basically trailing my stop. I was first aiming only for new open kill zone by liquidity, but I was aware of the fact that yeah, the upper quadrant level is really right in advance of that. That the sales liquidity is really right in advance of the upper quadrant level, and that's what I want to look for if we have a yeah, trending new open range gap, that we trade back to the upper quadrant level, in that case lower quadrant level, because we have a discount trending gap, new open range gap, so therefore yeah, lower quadrant level. In best conditions, we want to see that we trade back to the lower quadrant and then follow a trend to the downside. In that case, because AM is probably going to retrace, maybe we even trade back to London highs, but I don't know. So could also be the case that we just trade lower from there and even sweep the hourly lows down there. Would be quite clean. But in that case, yeah, really perfect partials, perfect risk management today. That's what I have to yeah, really say out loud, that my risk management was on point today. So really good. Maybe not regarding the trade frequency, I have to admit. Maybe some trades were not necessary and rushed, but still, how I trailed my stop and where I took profits was, yeah, perfect. Took my first part right there. In my opinion, perfect, because I can confidently and comfortable go break even right there, basically. And with that, I'm also I think break even on the day. No, I'm even up on the day with that. And I took my, yeah, then aimed for the buy liquidity right there and took my perfect exit right there. So basically high of the AM session so far. Yeah, really good. So maybe let's once again take a look at regular trading hours. As I now mentioned before, with a trending new open range gap to the downside, so a discount gap, really aggressive. So as you saw before, 428 handles. But yeah, could also be the fact that we are from now on only going to basically close in today's new open range gap, that we are trading back to all-time highs. I mean, that's still possible if we trade at all-time highs, but I'm really content with my exit right there, so that's definitely perfect. Yeah, talked a lot today, but yeah, really, I think my best week so far, I have to admit. So definitely getting better, also with risk management, with money management. Not the best conditions, I have to admit. Not really clear where we're going to trade, but the narrative was clear in that case. And then the lower time frame does not really need to be as clear if we have a clear on the higher time frame, a clear draw on the higher time frame. In that case, to me, it was the hourly lows. And also, if we do fail to trade lower, yeah, we are at all-time highest conditions. Sometimes we fail to trade back to external liquidity. Then we can target the upper quadrant level of our new open range gap and session liquidity, because then AM is going to be a retracement and not a expansion after a buy-side liquidity sweep. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something new, and see you next week.